RM_phobia.
What's up, Phobia? What's up, 9? Yo, Phobia, thanks for the 6 months, bro. Welcome back to the Fonzo family. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Muted? Am I muted? You not hear me? What's up, thanks? I'm excited for my birthday. Still a little bit away. Do I have bots on my team? How do I buy my items? Can I not? I can't go into the store? I'm not allowed to? What's up, Egypt? Not muted? Okay. What's up, Pop? Hear that beautiful voice? W. It's in 10 minutes right now. It's at 1 o'clock. I'm just doing a quick play game. A little hop. A little hop step. Is it not gonna buy my items? I'm so confused. Oh my god, we already have Medusa. I can't move. What the hell? He did a little hop. How's that guy level 6? I'm level 5. Can I get items? I'll get Blood Forge. Odin! Shut up! Are these real people? Get the Quadra. I think these are real people. Get the Penta! Why can't I VGS? I'm dead. It's bots? Are you sure? They aren't bad, bro. I could throw him in. Why didn't he go that far? They actually look like people. I think you're right. I think they are bots, but... Little hop step is sick, bro. What the hell? Dude, it's up every 5 seconds? There's no way bots are this well programmed. They're actually pretty well programmed. Bots can only buy tier 2 items. So they're real. So they're real people? Wait, I'm confused. Is leather crown not as good for Merc and Arena? No, it is, but I didn't have the option. What is this build? Executioner? Why am I... Where's my crit? By the way, I actually like that feature where you just the item just pops up and you get to choose. For new player, I think that's fine. Except, I mean, obviously the item itself wasn't the greatest, but the little hop is so funny. Ah, yo katana. But okay, I understand. Yeah, it's a quick play. What's up, Crow? What's up, Flappy? Playing against bots, training for SPL. Yeah, trying to get used to my competition in Smite 2. Look at this stone. I saved you! I didn't realize how well programmed the bots are, dude. These bots are better than most new players, I fear. There's no way this is what new player has to play against. They'll get owned. But maybe that's a good thing. They're in the hyperbolic time chamber. Also, why is my game so loud? I feel like my game is abnormally loud right now. Yo, Des, thank you for the raid, dude. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you, bro. You played the crit build starter? Yeah, because I know the game's gonna be over before I get the crit part of it. Like, what are these options? What is this Merc build? I guess I'll go shifters. Oh shit. Look at that CERN too. He just turned and hit that guy. Ah. Oh, he just juked me. This Merc build is insane. Tight Talk starts in 2 minutes. Get better after a few games. Everyone's giving mid to players when KLS has are than me. That's criminal. I guess I'm going Crusher with this build. I don't know who crafted this one up for Mercury, but maybe it's just... What? This Kukulkan doesn't miss. Are his auto attacks faster? I think they are. Dude. These bots are ridiculous. It's my first time playing quick play. What's up, Evie? Might if it was a roguelike? True. These guys are dropping the buffs, but not picking them up. The little jump, the little hop. Oh, oops. Get these guys off my dick. Maybe the CERN's real.
The enemy has 10 tickets remaining. An ally has been slain.
What? He's got wall hacks. The Kukulkan's got wall hacks. What's that little hop? It's like a little jump dash thing that's in quick play. Oh, it just automatically upgraded my starter. The brawlers, I don't know. I guess I'll miss. Oh, game's over. That was a quick play. Honestly, that's a cool game mode. Why are people hating on that game mode? I think that's a perfectly fine game mode to have for new players to start to learn the game. I had fun. I thought that that game mode would be like, based on what people were saying, would just absolutely horrible and have no semblance of Smite whatsoever. But that was just a fast game of Smite. Yeah, they changed it, Des. They made it, they lowered it to 5. But no, I've read like stuff that people think it's like, this is just like so far from Smite that it teaches people that a different game and then they won't be able to play Smite. That's not true at all. Like, if you're new to the game and you played something like this and you played this a bunch, you would quickly understand like team fights and how to use your character, what your item is doing. And it's just like in a much easier format.
95 just subscribed for 11 months. That seems more fun than I thought.
That's what I'm saying, Feist. I actually enjoyed that. I'd play that again. Thanks for the 11 months, though, Feist. I appreciate it. Okay, let's turn on the Titan Talk. Guys, the reason we're doing viewer games after 3:30 is I have to take a... Oh, shit, we're already started. I have to take a break.
We've done Nursel's characters, but they still are at the top of the ban order.
Because I have an appointment at 3 that I have to attend.
But we are working in the background for
All right.
OB15. And OB15 is...
We're going over balance today.
Of stuff.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah.
So just know this patch we want to be very targeted what we did, how we tried to address
What's up, Realm?
the super top level meta that's been a bit stagnant. So that's where a lot of the focus of these changes are. And then we also wanted to look at some aspects that are underperforming. No Loki yet. Loki is the one that always comes up when we talk.
Yeah,
about
maybe
this.
maps.
Loki's a bit more involved, but these characters we felt like either had things that we could fix or things that we could tweak to make just better and bring them a lot closer to
Big
the
Palm was just saying that OB15 is going to be a huge patch, so this one's going to be not as crazy. What's up, Sinkara?
Pride. Enfeeble the passive. Your stacks are no longer reset if your abilities deal damage to a different god.
Yeah, so this one stacks based off your basic attacks hitting the same god. It felt weird that your abilities hitting another god caused it to reset. So if you were fighting someone and then you leapt in to be aggressive,
Wait one sec. Sorry.
Like the enemy
That is a good on her buff.
and knock them away instead. You actually just lose all your stacks. And that just didn't feel great.
Felt bad.
So now it's only if your basic attack it either has to fall off or your basic attack has to hit someone different. Your abilities are relevant, and your ult actually doesn't last long enough to make you lose your stacks now, so you can now ult and still have your stacks potentially, which is cool.
Awesome. All right, Bacchus up next, also seeing an aspect buff. Chug, we're going to be increasing the bonus strength that you get from the one, and then aspect of Revelry's Chug, we're increasing the buff duration, and now matches base Bacchus as well.
I think that the Chug one, the increased bonus strength, is also aspect only. I'll have to double check.
Cool.
But essentially, this is a focus on the aspect. We wanted to make the strength.
Sadly,
component
it's
a bit
not
more
Realm.
impactful. And then we thought that we
Should
needed
be,
to
but
have some
it's
scaling
not.
rank increase for Chug.
They'll
that's the main
hopefully
thing
be
we're
doing that
putting on aspect
soon.
category. But it just made it so that like you just didn't get to play with it as long. It didn't feel as impactful. So now it lasts as long, which means you get full 6 seconds of cleave at level 1, which is just really, really good.
Sweet. All right, Kernanos up next, going to be seeing an aspect buff. General
Uh-oh.
first, a bug fix for Shifter of Seasons for both. We fixed a tooltip issue where the fall stance stated that it reduced percent protections. It should and has been actually reducing protections by
Native
a
owns
flat
22
amount.
Yeah,
just
the tooltip.
subscribed.
Thank you, Native, for the 40 months, bro.
That it shouldn't
Hello,
have had. It's
Welcome
always on
back.
display, so should be good to go there.
Yeah.
The cooler part is the aspect change.
Yes, so Shifter of Seasons.
Should I watch your trip to
increasing
Stars left
the
me? Also,
summer
the
base
Ask Game is
damage,
unreal.
Increasing the fall
I feel you,
protection
stories.
protections, increasing the base.
It's all
winter
good. You can
slow
watch on
and
YouTube.
Increasing the winter slow direction. But
Thank you, though,
Horn
Native.
Charge
Appreciate
now
the
also
40.
applies your Shifter of Seasons effects.
Yeah, this
Oh.
aspect has been really interesting. There's a few meme cases where it's really good, but overall it's been struggling. And one aspect we thought we could
Well
do
said, Loyal.
better is that one Shifter season.
Yeah, this
is
one's for
more
balance.
impactful generally for the aspect, which is just
For
an
next
interesting
patch.
space to play in, but also making Horn Charge actually apply the Shifter season effect because that's the main thing you're trying to do. You're trying to
getting
dash
those
a whole bunch of
resets,
targets. You can now dash
Sheesh.
and apply a stronger version of.
Now you can slow them with your
Shifter
dash
version.
in Winter Stance.
All right, up next we have got Mercury. Up next, Mercury released. He had some issues, got a lot of feedback that
And
he
they
was
buffed
feeling
his-
maybe just a little bit under the radar.
It's 20% at max rank.
So gonna be seeing a couple buffs here. Fastest God Alive, the passive. We're gonna be increasing the bonus damage per stack, and then Sonic Boom gonna be decreasing the cooldown, and it goes down as you rank.
Is
up
that
the
better?
ability.
Yeah, so his release, he had a few bugs. He had a few things where his scaling wasn't being considered the way that it should have been. So he released at like 42%, 43% win rate, which
Howdy,
is
Finio and
really
chat.
really low. Like you generally anywhere from like 40.
Howdy, Elder. Thanks for the 4 months, dude. Welcome back. How are you?
Difficult the character is. So he was definitely
Yes, thank you,
struggling.
yes.
After we fixed all those things, he's doing a lot better now. He's closer to like
Thanks for letting me know.
48%.
Nice. That's a good jump.
So that's a big jump there, but we think that he has more room to go up. Sonic Boom, this decreased cooldown.
70-second Miracle is pretty good, but that's when it's at
at
max rank. That's level 20. You're not really ulting that often as level 20.
It's really, really strong.
So-
We think that he can get the reduced cooldown on it that he has in Smite 1,
Yeah.
as well as, Fastest God
Hell yeah,
Alive
Elder.
Fastest God Alive can just contribute more damage.
Dude, aspect
All right,
CERN,
Thor
that's
gonna
looking
be
pretty
seeing some
nice.
changes here. His non-aspect version, just base version. So Mjolnir's
I don't want him to be louder than
Attunement
me,
is gonna
though.
be seeing increased strength scaling. Berserker's Barrage is going to be seeing increased cone strength scaling, and then aspect of Thunderstruck does not gain the above scaling increases. So really, just base Thor getting a buff.
Yeah, base Thor. It's interesting because he's swinged a little bit in how strong he was, and in the last few patches, he's actually been like on the lower end. Again, we were talking about like 47%. He's like 45, 46, like. And his aspect version is definitely the way that you're going to play him. Some of that is because there's other
I can turn it
assassins
up more
in the
if
meta
you guys
that
want
are
me to.
really pushing him down. Pele is the notable example. She'll be on this list later. But we think that he has some room to go up just in general anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, non-aspect buff should help him out a lot.
Cool. All right. Moving right along. Scylla up next. Going to be seeing a
non-aspect nerf
and an aspect buff. So Crush for non-aspect. Going to be seeing a decrease in the intelligence scaling and a decrease in the magical protection debuff. But Aspect of the Devourer is getting some new fun here. Your Quick Learner passive, you now gain 1 mana regen per max ability. And then I'm a Monster, you now gain 5 mana regen when this ability reaches max strength. And we've increased the damage.
I'm great now. Okay.
Yeah. So Scylla doing really, really well. Also super, super popular. We think that her crush.
I thought base throw was fine as well. Yeah.
Much. This is a really light nerf in the grand scheme of things. The main thing here is actually to focus on the aspect of the Devourer, that new aspect that changes the way that you build up towards your ultimate.
For sure. Yeah.
And we just think it's taken too long.
These are good changes. So I would like to see more of like
some more mana regen on
like
max rank.
a different.
We're also just increasing the scaling.
Like
so
it does something else. Like
the ultimate build up.
Like it maybe scales off
mana regen
procs
is just
or
basically
something,
going to act as a way of, even if you're not necessarily landing hits,
I don't know,
or
just
you're not
something.
able to land as many hits, you will be making progress.
You're still
towards
getting something.
Yeah, to getting your ultimate. So should help this aspect out.
Currently, still aspects still not that great.
Next
So I don't know if they're overbuffing
Aladdin,
it. So.
Pawn. This is your
I don't
baby.
know why they nerfed base
Lots of
aspect,
changes to
base
Aladdin.
It
He's
might
gonna
be because
seeing,
she's
a slew of nerfs to Kufik Invocation
performing really well.
Into the Lamp. There's a lot here. I'll let chat kind of absorb it.
Yes.
I'm not going to read
In the
everything.
stats?
Pawn, just tell me what's going on with Aladdin.
So this is the beginning of the list I was talking about at the top of the show, where there have been a few characters that have been on the top bans, and we've seen them respond to nerfs, but generally they stay at the top ban level. And so this is the
Aladdin's getting destroyed.
If we need to buff them later, we can,
Yep.
but we're going to try and be generally pretty aggressive about removing them from the top ban. Aladdin here.
They usually don't do it
just
off that. They
general
do it off
damage and
stats.
scaling
So
nerfs.
Scylla must be like
I think
she must have
the
a
one
high
that
win
really
rate.
needs more explaining is probably the Into the Lamp. This non-combatant.
I know
damage.
all your legalese
Yes.
that you wrote in the ability description.
So for those that don't know, if you go into the Lamp with Aladdin, you're considered a combatant. And if someone comes in to help you, they're considered a non-combatant. And so they actually have a damage penalty. They don't deal as much damage to the combatants.
That's probably
they
why,
take
yeah.
more damage from the combatants. So someone coming in to help you can actually, they might not be able to contribute as much as they think. They might actually be more liable to die.
Yeah.
Because the focus of the show is really the 1v1, but this was just too intense for what it was doing. It was often baiting really bad scenarios. A lot of people kind of learned that like going in to help can sometimes just be a super big death trap, and it really shouldn't be. We kind of want there to be that push and pull of people feeling like they can join but debating. So this being reduced just generally means that.
Damn, when I play Aladdin now, I am going to get even more
which
gangbanged by the enemy team. When I
the
Aladdin ult
Aladdin
somebody,
player,
entire
but it
enemy
also
team
means
in
that
my
just
land.
Generally, if you have a numbers advantage,
When I get Aladdin
so let's say,
ulted,
like Aladdin ults
none of my
someone
team
and then,
joins.
like, 3 people can come help that person that Aladdin got ulted. Aladdin had a pretty good chance of potentially.
Base Thor is not fine at all. You have no
the
impact
damage-
unless your
the
team
damage
is good.
penalty and the
I
damage
think,
dealt, they couldn't
no
quite
offense,
really
James,
burst down
but I think
Aladdin.
that's a skill
Now
issue,
it's gonna be a
bro.
lot harder.
If I log on and play Base Thor right now, I will hard
Up
carry
next,
my team.
Artemis, actually performing quite well, so she's going to
Yes.
be seeing a nerf. Just to suppress the insolent, just a decrease in the strength scaling.
Yeah, she was actually like outlier. She had like an outlier position on the hunter list, so we just wanted to make sure we took a little bit of the edge off.
What?
This
Okay,
is
Artemis
probably in
3 is
relationship
OP,
to the
but-
strength scaling buffs that we did. It affects different characters differently, and we just think that we'll see if this needs to hold. But she spiked in a way that we were not anticipating. So this is kind of a preventative measure to make sure that like she's staying in line with everyone else.
All right. Up next, we have Awelish, another jungler that has been
It's
at
me,
the top
you
of the
just
ban
don't
list
work thunder.
for a really long time. Going to be seeing a few nerfs here to initiative, decreasing the strength and basic attack power bonus that you get from the passive. Feather Step, decreasing the damage multiplier, and then Gravity Surge.
Bro, how many times have they nerfed
decreasing the
Awelish?
stun duration on that?
Yeah, so the stun duration, it matters a little bit DR will largely have kicked in and made it reduced, but this just means this is essentially the quickest we can make the stun so that you have most time to react. Outside of this, initiative gives a lot of hidden strength and really allows her to burst targets down before they have a chance to react. Combine that with feather step, especially like you could even go for the 1.5 multiplier and it's still going to chunk really, really hard. We want to give you more reward for getting to the max range of it. So now if you only get like a little bit, like if you actually only use the second stage of it, it's not going to contribute nearly as much. If you want the full payoff, you really have to actually
Smite 2 not
to get to
yeah,
the final
exactly.
attack chain. I think this is going to just generally take the edge off of Wheelix and hopefully remove her from like the super top ban priority.
All right, Ganesh
So
aspect.
you have no impact on base throw unless
a lot
your
of
team is good.
feedback
It's so
on this
silly,
one
bro.
that
You
I've
have a
been
global
seeing
ult,
around
you
the
have 2
community and on
stuns.
social media. So aspect of the triumphant, we're going to be increasing the cooldown
game with
and
no
removing the
double
slow
A.
debuff.
Yeah,
Active
so the ultimate
Aegis.
contributes a lot of damage.
No!
This being on a longer cooldown means that, especially with things like Spear of Desolation, you're not going to be able to get it reset nearly
Or
as
the
quickly.
World Stone, yeah.
Yeah. And they remove the slow debuff. That's a team fight utility
No,
for a more supporting
I've been-
character. We're just keeping the damage.
Oh,
taken
my
and damage gauged, meaning
dopamine.
that you won't contribute that type of CC to a fight.
It's
with
now
this.
100 seconds, 25 more
Up next,
seconds.
Guan Yu seeing an aspect nerf to aspect of the general
Oh.
battle fervor, the passive. We're going to be decreasing the intelligence per stack.
That means either your team is carrying you or you're playing
intelligence
against
at max stacks,
gold
and
slash
then
plats.
decreasing the
Base Thor is
intelligence
very
bonus,
weak.
at
James,
max stacks as
you think
well.
I'm
Yeah,
playing
I put a
against
helpful
gold
little,
slash
Here's
plats?
what it
Yes.
means at level 1. Here's what it means at level 20.
And you think my
Aspect of
team is
general just
carrying
the
me?
generally
What are you
the better way
talking
to play
about?
on you right now. This aspect's been overperforming.
But you're just
and
saying
it's-
stuff now.
A lot of that free intelligence means that
No,
you're
that
not
does
really
kill
making
Ganesh
the
aspect,
trade-off
probably.
between, do I want to build more intelligence, be more squishy to bring more healing and utility to my team, or do I want to be that frontliner tank? And so now you're not reliant. You don't.
Yeah, you
have
do
as
need to
much
hit
of that just
abilities
free
in order for
intelligence
base Thor to-
lean on. So that means your build decisions are going to matter more.
All right, Loki up next. Another jungler. Flurry Strike. Gonna
Carry
be
game is
seeing
base Thor. It's all
the
info you need to
final
figure out what
damage
kind of lobby that
and
is. This guy is
the
rage
decrease
baiting,
in
bro.
the,
You
final
are
damage
rage baiting,
on
bro.
Assassinate as well.
What are you
This
talking
is similar
about?
to Artemis, where after the strength changes and we've seen some things level out, he just spiked really, really hard in his win rate. And again, the strength.
Bro's talking
adjustments
like
were
base
largely
Thor
healthy
is
for a lot of
like
characters,
release
but for some
Kabrakan in
characters who
Smite
had a
1.
really high amount of scaling in their kits, and just
Like
way
the
they
worst
utilize
character of all time.
It made them spike up higher than intended. So this is just taking the edge off of it. Again, compared to some of the other nerfs we're doing for the other top band characters, this will matter, but it's not going to kill the character. But we think that we need to take the edge off of Loki.
Yeah. All right, and then Pele is up next. You
Thank
mentioned,
goodness,
a
dude.
little bit
Fuck
earlier on in
Loki.
the show that she
He's
was going to
been
be
OP
on this
for all of
list,
Smite too.
receiving a nerf to Everlasting Flame, the passive, decreasing the lifesteal. Eruptions going to be seeing a decrease to both the inner and outer strength scaling, and then Volcanic Lightning, the ultimate, decreasing the initial hit damage.
Yeah, Pele, another really high-performing character. She wasn't in the top ban list, so she probably should have been hit harder than this, but we were largely focused on like keeping this super intense nerfs for like this matters, but like it's not the same level of some of the other characters we saw. She was definitely really doing well with the strength adjustment changes, both her aspect and her non-aspect version, and this should just take again the edge off of things. Make her so when she triggers Everlasting Flame, it's not as spiky in the.
Oh, look, he was
department.
mid. No, he's
Burst
pretty
on
good.
Volcanic
He's
Lightning
like
going down
probably
late
like
game, and taking that
for
scale
all of
corruption,
Smite
which
2, he's
is
been like
now
the
pseudo movement
like
ability with
pretty much the
CC should
quintessential
contribute
jungle
much
pick,
damage.
like safe.
All right. Up
never really
next,
go wrong with him.
Princess Bari going to be seeing a nerf here to Reverend Steps, the 3, decreasing the strength scaling, and then Spirit's Cadence, decreasing the pulse strength scaling and the final hit strength scaling.
Yep,
as well.
another character that's been on the ban list for a while.
Yep.
Taking a ton of
Yeah, I
strength
think it's
scaling
partly
off
that
to
sort of.
basically
His
the
old
whole
kit was very
So
toxic,
20%
and
strength scaling off
I mean, I
three
think
is
they
really,
could
really impactful,
do more
especially
and
with
do
how
cooler
frequently
stuff
she
with
casts that
Loki's
ability.
kit,
And
but
Spirit's Cadence is a big team fight.
his
ultimate,
current
and
kit is
isn't
definitely
anything
better
to
than
do
his
with their
previous
scaling.
one.
It was essentially 120 or 120% before, so now this is now 80. So
Yeah,
pretty big
it's a bit-
drop
yeah,
on
for
on
sure.
That's a
the
huge
strength side of
nerf.
Bari, which we're generally seeing
20% off the
real
3
success
and
in
then-
strength, like kind of carry
and then
the
30%
build.
basically off the ult.
All right.
What's up, Moans?
Up next, and I think this might be our last one for Gods.
And
yes.
she
He's
was
actually
the
a jungler.
one
Leo,
that's been at the top for the longest and has received
Yes.
the most
Oh.
nerfs. So
Kali's been top banned
the-
for a long time.
our hope is that this
Okay,
addresses
fucking
that,
kill Kali, bro.
for a while at least.
Yes.
So yeah,
Don't kill
Mark
her,
for
but-
Death, her passive gives her a ton of healing. It also gives her a lot
How
of
you
like,
doing,
human
Moans?
benefits as well. The decreased penetration, the penetration on your marked target, and the gold bounty for actually successfully killing the target is really
I think so,
impactful in helping
Christian.
your spike. We're reducing all those. Nimble Strike is losing a lot of the base heal, so you're not just going to be able to heal up as much for just landing on a target that's full health. You actually have to try and find targets that are lower health. And Destruction, this is this actually
far it's good, man.
got a slight buff when we ported her to Smite 2 because we increased the tick rate, and increasing the tick rate meant that she actually got more ticks per rank properly, where
Oh,
she
wow,
didn't
yeah.
before. So now this.
You miss all the god
contribution here
nerfs.
matters a lot, and also that it
And
builds up
buffs.
rupture, which you can then consume now. It just doesn't need to contribute nearly as much
They're
scaling.
they're just basically this patch specifically. It seems like they're just trying to hard nerf all the
Right,
characters
so
that have been
is
at the top
it
of the meta for a long
God
time,
changes.
which
We
is
do
good.
have one item change, as
Yep.
you mentioned earlier.
Oh,
Serrated
one item
Edge has
change,
been
sad.
the hotness for a lot of people over the past couple of weeks that I've been seeing. So going to be seeing a nerf, increasing the cost and decreasing the.
Still gonna be
lifesteal.
that's still gonna
Yeah,
be a good item.
this is one where we've just seen just people building it a lot more frequently. It's one of those items that has a lot of really base lifesteal and a lot of base strength that if you rush it early, especially, it can be really, really impactful. Upping the cost to make it harder to rush early, and you're decreasing the lifesteal of it being that impactful.
Yeah. All right, and that is it for the list for Open Beta 14 balance. As we mentioned
Unlucky.
earlier,
They
a little
did
bit
say,
lighter this side because, Pon, I know
Yeah.
you've been working on a lot of stuff for the next
Yes.
update after this, correct?
Yes. I can spoil a little bit of it. But yeah, the big focus that I've been working on is for OB15. And it's one aspect of the game that we want to tackle for a while, which is just generally like healing and sustain and lifesteal in the game. We've made some changes in Smite 2 to how lifesteal works, where it's more effective against god damage. And we've had to do a lot of things with anti-heal to make anti-heal impactful. And it creates a weird dynamic of like, it's the kind of arms race that we tried to avoid in the past, where like it's a requirement to build certain things because the game is built in a certain way and it just limits item diversity. So we're doing a really, really big pass
she's
on
a
that
domination
aspect of
source.
the game. I don't know how much I want to say here, but the
You can,
So make
subject
Thor a strong
to
god.
change, right?
yeah,
He has two
subject to
stuns, which is
change.
very rare.
I talked to the ambassadors about this.
He has
They're
good
definitely on
range
board.
because-
There's a little
and
bit of
easy to hit
information
range because you
about,
just have to
like,
wall
the
double
intensity
tap
of
them.
how, like,
AK
some
has a
specifics
semi-global
of it
ult,
should
which is
be.
always strong.
But I
He
think
also gets
overall,
more
I think
strength than
it's
other
gonna be
characters
really good
because
for
of
the
his
game.
passive,
I
so he
think
just
that
hits
the
harder.
notes
And
for the- I have right now are 9 pages.
most importantly,
Yes.
if you hit your
and-
ult in Smite 2, they can either
I don't know
beads
if
or
we're
they
actually
can
gonna be able to
Aegis.
get
They
this many
can't have
items
both.
in.
And
Again,
because you do so
this
much
is also
damage
gonna
with your
change. I think
ults
there's
into
like
your
100
3 or
Yes,
ults
I
into
was
your
gonna
full
say
combo,
upwards of 10
they
new
will
items,
die
potentially
if they
for the
don't
next
beads
update, which
or
is
have Aegis.
a big
And
deal.
they'll still die
a
with
lot of
either
stuff.
them.
So
If they have Aegis,
so
they have to pre-Aegis it.
that's-
If they have
again,
beads, then they won't be able to Aegis after, and
we're
you'll still do
focused on,
all the
we're trying to
damage.
focus on all the things, trying to get you guys gods as frequently as we can. We're trying to ship updates as best as we can. So because we're having that big of focus for OB15, this patch was very focused on like outlier cases that we wanted to make sure it didn't go either too long unaddressed or for the characters that were like at the top band ranked levels.
just bringing them down and
Bringing them down.
getting them off the top. They've been having fun.
They've been
for too
having
long.
fun for too long. We want to see more interesting.
Yeah, it's a smaller
ban
patch
opportunities
basically
for
because
players,
next patch is going to be
ranked.
pretty
And then
big.
yeah, some aspects that we looked at and we're like,
Chat.
yeah, these are underperforming.
I've
We
looked
had
at some of the
really
stuff in the
clear,
next
straightforward
patch,
ideas
and
of how we want to address
It's pretty
them.
big.
Again, that's why you don't see like a Loki
Pretty
aspect
thick.
change because we understand Loki's aspect is definitely one of those ones that we
There's
want to look
some
at.
that I know you have all been, workshopping and thinking about for a long time, but we just want to make sure we take our time with it. And
take our time with it, and sometimes it's even just like even if we have an idea, finding the right time to do it, given all the other parties.
It might have been for both Red Pandas.
That's kind of why the list looks like it does.
Because they nerfed their one,
think
and I don't think
overall
the
this
one
should
is any different in
generally
their
help
aspect in
especially
a
the
regular
top-end
kit.
level of play, see a bit more variety.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, I think that is everything that we had today to talk about for balance in terms of what's coming in Open Beta 14 on next Tuesday and what we're thinking about and working on for Open Beta 15, the update.
Remember, this
after
is
the
the-
next one.
this is
So
the,
I think we can go ahead and open it up. We're nearing halfway through the
Wukong
show.
patch,
so we haven't had Pawn on the show for a minute, so I figure we could just kind of open things up for some
One sec.
Q&A to kind of close out the week before we get ready for Open Beta 14 to go live next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, chat, what do you want to talk about today?
I see them asking for a tease.
Item tease.
Is there one that I want to tease?
There are so many. You got to choose
Pretty
from the
cool.
10.
The one that I'm working on was the one that's the most interesting is the one that was crashing.
Oh, no.
And it has the fix for it is definitely one of those things where it's like I need to actually look to see if we can do it.
Mhm.
I guess that one could be good because if you don't see it, you understand why.
Yeah.
So the one teaser I'll give is Typhon's Fang is going away. That won't exist anymore. The reason, and this will set up some of the other discussion, is we want to look at things that are increased healing by a lot, and because we're looking at how anti-heal interacts with healing increases, that effect just doesn't really work as well anymore. So we're replacing that with Typhon's Heart. And Typhon's Heart is interesting. So the way it works is you build up stacks by doing things, and at a certain stack count, you'll actually spawn a monster of Typhon. And this monster Typhon has a health amount, and it does damage based off the lifesteal you've built, your intelligence, and some of your like base stats. That's cool. You spawn
It
a
is
little,
cool,
you
yeah.
spawn a little cool monster pet. Now, the thing about that is if you get to max stacks again, and your lifesteal heals it. So like as you're lifestealing, you're healing it as well. It's kind of like the goal is to make it so that there's things that scale with lifesteal and give you cool benefits for lifesteal that aren't just lifesteal more and more and more and more, right? That's the kind of general idea of the item. If you get to max stacks again, rather than spawning a second monster, we full heal that previous monster and then make it stronger and bigger. So you can just try and keep your monster alive, keep trying to stack.
It's
to
a
build
fun
up,
little mini game, right?
To build it up and make it stronger, and use that to help you push, use that to help you fight things. Should be interesting.
Yes. Subject to change.
Yeah, but you have
but
to-
it's definitely spicy, and there's a lot more.
It's not a
spicy
split push
stuff
item
that
because you have to
Fonzo
hit an enemy
so there's a lot
god
of other items,
to get the
and that was
minion.
the one that's most involved. I think all of them are pretty interesting what they do.
That's not a split
We
push
have a lot
item.
of other things
If somebody's
going
there,
into it
then
to
you're fighting
also
them.
really
You're
do
not
that.
split
So
pushing.
We'll talk about that more later. I think that'll be.
You have to lifesteal off an
into
enemy
the
god to
show.
get the
Maybe,
minion.
yeah,
So it's just going to be
yeah,
for fights.
Because we have
That
the
sounds
update
fun to
next
me, by the
Tuesday,
way.
so maybe the
They
week
took out
after next, maybe
Typhon's,
Monday or Wednesday.
It goes into a lot of the other
So,
patch,
'cause
which
we
obviously you
shifted
can't
the
talk about, but they
schedule
took
too,
out
so I have my
Typhon's
days mixed
and
up.
added in Typhon's
Give
heart,
Fawn
and
a
that's
little
how
bit
you
more
get
time
the...
to cook chat, and we'll be back.
That's how you
in
get
a
the
week or
minion.
so to talk about more
I
stuff.
would talk
But
about
also,
it more
Des,
now,
when you
but
said
there's
nobody
definitely
builds
some
it,
stuff
that would actually be a
we're
reason
looking
to
that
change
we
the
can
item or
get
take
all
out the
the
item.
patches
If
and
nobody's
all
building
that
an item
stuff.
because it's not
It'd be better
fun,
to wait till
then they
to
should
get
replace it
more
with a
full
fun item that
details,
people will
but
build.
I really want to get Typhon's heart working, so that's what I'm working on right now. and I think
Or a
that's
more
gonna
fun
be
item. Although, I mean, I like
Right.
Typhons, but...
Let's see here. I guess we could do just another slight little spoiler.
No, it doesn't kill Anubis.
You
You
don't
don't
have
need
to say
Typhons on
explicitly
Anubis. You
what,
could go a
but
full
I
cooldown
see a
build with
couple
0
people
lifesteal
asking,
on
are
Anubis,
there
and he's still a
Smite
strong
1
god.
returning items as a part of this pass as well.
Yes.
Because the idea, he just talked about it, Des.
There you
They're,
go.
they're trying to reduce healing
Subject
across
to
the board.
change.
They can't leave Typhons in the
Trying to remember
game.
it's 3 or 2.
The entire
I know
purpose of
I
Typhons
think
is to
it's
make you
2, I think.
lifesteal a lot.
Mhm.
So they could just
of the
really
ones
hard
that are
nerf
coming
it
back, of, like,
and
those
make it
10,
have like
2 of them are old returning items. I mean, 8 of them are
like barely any lifesteal, but then it's just a purposeless item.
Let's see. So let's see.
Left hand shot.
I know one thing people are bringing up is the FPS stuff. I know that's something that we're actually pretty actively looking at. 5 had some things that
He talked about it a bit, so this isn't a spoil, but that next patch, he said they're taking a very large look and doing something that they've never done before with healing in Smite. So keep that in mind when you hear changes like that.
It's just something that's been ongoing with the team since the last update in the 5.5 upgrade.
What do I think of quick play dodge? It's interesting because
Oh, Pon, they're gonna put you on the hook because of the last show.
sure, that's fine. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's interesting. So it's one of those things where I think as a button to hit, it feels pretty fun. It just makes the gameplay feel a bit more actiony and dynamic-y, which as far as like MOBAs go, we're kind of more action aligned than we are some other different types of genres. So it just kind of feels nice to have. Bringing that to Conquest or outside of quick play would be something where you'd have to adjust it pretty heavily. Like the cooldown, the way that it
Could
interacts
remove
with
crit.
different characters.
I mean, they could remove
feedback
crit,
on
but
being able to see
for
it,
everybody
like,
that wants
I
that to
don't think it's
happen, there
something
is
you
just
could
many
just take
people who would
what's
be
there
mad
in
that
play
crit
right
isn't in
now
the
and
game.
just
Like,
copy
there's a
it. So
surprising, not even
you
surprising,
need
there's a lot of
more
people
things
who
to
like
build
crit.
it and integrate it into a more
It's a fun, like,
competitive,
it's fun to see a
strategic
big number on
experience.
your screen.
So I like it. I think it's fun to play around with. I'd rather have current Conquest without it. A version of it where we've refined it and really polished it and done a lot of things to improve on like feedback for it.
Shock wasn't
That could be a
nerfed
world
now.
I see that could happen, right? Like that's my personal feel on it, and I don't make the sole decision on that either. But I think you would need to do more than what's currently there.
Cool. Question from
One
chat.
sec,
We've gotten
chat.
it a lot over the past week. Is solo lane being looked at?
So as far as our Conquest changes, I know the main things we want to focus on are less about like solo lane specifically and more about like how objective play happens in the laning phase versus how it happens in mid game versus how it happens in late game. Obviously solo lane is one of those ones where like that affects them probably more than others because mid and jungle kind of are able to control the middle of the map and fight over those objectives. Solo lane can sometimes feel like an island, and so all you really have is like the objectives around that moment. So it will affect them probably more than others, but it's more about that high level goal of like the actual pacing of
I turn this shit
objective
off, bro.
play and what objectives are important and what you do to fight those objectives and what rewards they give, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I even play this with the... Oh, I won't be able to play. Gosh darn it.
And then someone I know mentioned like a quick play joust stuff. I think once we have
Leo.
that in, it will have very similar rule sets and abilities to quick play arena. I think we'll also do like the pick 3 stuff on that as well. Once that's in.
Yeah.
I was talking to myself, knowing.
Someone is asking.
I was gonna try and play aim labs while you watch this,
exploit
but
with
I don't
pause
think
that
I'll be able
allows you
to.
get free kills on people. I have not heard anything. I know there was an issue with pause to where like you could still move while paused, but then
haven't actually heard
when
of
the
any of
game
this.
unpaused, it would teleport you back. I was not aware that you were able to damage people during a pause. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a note.
send a report through the.
Actually, maybe I could.
There's like the bug report form in the game.
Or in the official Discord, there's a forum channel that you can drop a bug report.
That
in.
literally gets sent to our Slack, and having detailed repro on that just make sure that we can follow up on it.
Talking about what he said. Oh,
Can you guys fix the bluestone bug? Sometimes
yeah,
it
true.
doesn't
Messed up
tick.
perfect.
I assume he meant tick.
Tick, yeah.
I do not know what the bluestone bug is. I
Don't
haven't
worry,
seen any
I'm-
reports on that one.
I'm in their ears about Soul Lane. The problem with Soul Lane is
The
that
plan to give Cyber
it
Wars
requires a
unique
lot of
it could be
big
something we play
changes
with.
to
I don't think we
fix.
have anything currently planned.
for the map.
The current drops that those give, we had ideas of how we
Whispering Sweet
wanted to
Nothing?
expand on that
course.
system, but we just haven't implemented it yet. If Titan's art works out well, what's going to happen when all 10 players build and start having monster
Yeah.
battles in lane? I was actually worried about that. So there is a part of the mechanic that makes it so it's not as good if you stagger with multiple people.
Cool.
But I mean, yeah, if that ends up happening, it could be fun. I think generally the trade-offs you have to make it good are probably not going to be worth it for your whole team to do.
SMT Crow asks, I noticed several changes to Mordred's 2 in PTS. Are those being followed through, or did we decide against them?
Yeah, those are not going forward. Those are just things that we were looking at. I think we wanted to do something a bit more aspect focused, but just seeing his general performance, we didn't feel like it was necessary. Are you gonna add death animations to gods? I don't know what our plan is for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know Kilgoon
Bro,
we've
notice
talked
changes
about
to
this
Mordred?
before in the past. Death animations,
Criminal.
probably not any time in the immediate future. I know we're aware of the feedback. We've talked about death animations. We've talked about intro animations and like intro voice lines. I thought intro voice lines were something that we were slowly implementing.
But not the other way around, Propane? Hell no.
We
Shouldn't
were
be
kind of
allowed
on
to
the
do it
fence
one way
because
and not the
work
other.
that needed to go into them versus like being able to actually see them with the pop-ups that you get. It's
Right.
kind of like a lot of people wouldn't see those when they're selecting a build. So nothing in the immediate future for death animations, but we've gotten the feedback a lot about, we know players would like them to return.
Yep. I saw a few talking about the Ymir ult bug. It is one that we're aware of.
Pon has been trying to hunt
Thanks,
this down
Simba.
for a long time.
Well, we kind of know what the issue is. The fix for it's very complicated, and it's one of those things where our team is really focused on trying to get the like highest priority, easiest wins that we can get at any given time. We're like constantly weighing like
What
we
are they
have
talking about
basically
right now?
A board of like all the issues that we know about and like their severity, their frequency of occurring, their how difficult are they to resolve. And we're basically constantly evaluating that list.
Yeah.
And that's one of those ones we know about it, but it's also one that's relatively difficult to actually resolve.
What did Pop say?
So it's one of those things where we have to have the time to be able to fix the bug. So it's one of those unfortunate things because people report it and then we don't fix it and they're like, oh, I guess they just don't know about it. It's like we do. It's just we have a lot of other things that we have to prioritize, and I wish we could fix every bug.
Yeah.
But it's the unfortunate case of some of it sometimes. Also, length of bugs being around sometimes also bumps up priority. I can ask about it again, just see if there's any status change on it. But
let's see here. Is there a way to rebind the dodge button from shift? It's not in the controls menu.
currently, I don't believe so. It's one of those things where we got it in for quick play in a way that like we could do relatively fast to be able to test out stuff for the new player experience. If that were to expand, that's one of those things that like if we were to expand it out and provide
would
it
add it
and
into
lock
the
it
bind
more in as a
section.
feature, we'd lock it in because that could go away like next week, right?
True,
Like,
yeah.
we never know.
How do we feel about the amount of cleanse abilities / items?
I played
compared
Smite
to
1 for its
CC
entirety
in
and
Smite
swapped
2?
officially to Pred after the
Yeah,
switch to Smite 2. Congrats.
It's tough. I think generally you want to be on the side of CC is a bit stronger than the ability to cleanse, because CC in Smite is really how games like you can lock people down, actually land your skill shots, land your abilities. Like if you can't lock people down too much, there's a lot of ways for people to like really escape really quickly compared to other types of MOBA games. So
Guys, we just
important to
uploaded,
have CC be relatively strong. Having a AoE
We just
cleanse was
uploaded-
one of the things that we thought was already pushing it a lot. So like the fact that you can buy
The
an item
hell?
that literally just cleanses your whole team like hell can do
Yeah.
with an ability, right? Like that's really, really good.
Sick.
Magi is added to the game. That was when we added
Just
a few months
uploaded
ago,
the
right? That was like a self tool for you to
reaction
Yeah,
to the
Mantle
weekend
of
video.
Discord.
Mental
Kinda in
Discord
that
also
same
came
vein,
back.
yeah.
So we've been slowly
check it out.
making this into the game every
Really
so
go for a hot
often,
dog?
because
too,
we want to be
G-Wiz. I could
careful
always
about
go for a
also
hot
not
dog,
just
though.
making it so that CC becomes relevant too quickly. Right now, it's probably in a good spot. I think there's a few characters where there's.
You didn't watch it live or watch the VOD or whatever, you could check that out.
Specific adjustments at that. It's why when
About
we port
30-minute
through
video.
Show, we've been
Talk a lot about
generally
stuff.
Reducing the CC.
Is Smite 2 good
the
right
time,
now?
The length, the knock-up stuff like that, because we know that you have less like immediate tools at the start of the game to resolve that.
Yeah.
But there are tools available that your team can get and
Yeah,
help out with.
as the game progresses.
Yeah. Any plans to bring CCR as a stat? We've talked about it a few times. We have it actually, and I believe it works.
Hecate
nice.
twerk death
It's just
animation?
we haven't really found like a pastime to like
Excuse me?
really add it to a whole bunch of characters. We also don't know really how we would stat it as well. It's just one of those things that like we've been careful about how CC, like the timing of CC, we've made changes to diminishing returns. We've given these specific tools that are more direct counters versus things that vary the length of CC. If we decide to bring CC into the stat, we'd have to lock down some more details and decide how we want to do it. But it's not currently on our radar to do.
Is Nuwa Aspect ult supposed to not proc Polynomicon on hit, or is that a bug?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because it now procs in-hand effects.
It procs hydras, doesn't
That
it?
is an in-hand, but I know how Polynomicon's set up and is not.
Air frying a hot dog tastes like it's right off the grill. Love it. I've actually
checking
never air
from
fried a hot
Fonzo.
dog, but I've air fried a lot of stuff. That sounds like maybe a
I'll
good
say a
strat.
note for you to.
I'd say that's a
clumsy to.
bug, but man, is that going to be
Yeah.
something to fix. Yeah, because it actually.
I don't know about OP propane, but
it
I think
is
it'll be
checking
good.
for something very specific that Nuwa might not do. So, interesting.
I think that's what they should do, Robes. I think they should just block off.
Can we get more
Block
starter
off that
items
part of the
relics and
map,
also fat
at least
Loki?
until 10 minutes. The side jungle.
So starter items, this is just one of those things where like yes,
Can't
we
use the
can add
teleport
more
anymore anyway.
Starter items. I think generally the one that people generally want is the I can't remember the name now. It's the purple piece of metal, tainted steel. Thank you.
Purple
I can
piece
picture
of
it in my
metal.
head, right? That's like the common one that people want to see.
Sheesh,
There's
messed
also
up.
like the different paths that you have when you upgrade from Smite 1. Adding that slew of items, as you can see from the fact that we're talking about the OB15 stuff, adding a slew of items is definitely a lot. We might be able to find some targeted ones that like might be fun to bring back earlier. Like the difference between some of the upgrade paths that you had were interesting. I know that we've also wanted to just generally look at the starter item system as a whole and see if we want to do something different with it. So we kind of held on to that, and rather than just making that one of the things we decided to do and one of the
Taint, Animosity, and Sigil?
Sheesh! Depending on just what our priorities end up being, we might end up circling back to it and kind of taking
I don't think so, Justin.
and bringing it in, or we might try and do something different. But actually having the Tainted Steel would probably be one that like we could do sooner rather than later. It conflicts a little bit with the OB15 stuff.
Yeah.
So wait till you see the OB15 stuff and see how you feel about having Tainted Steel. We'll see how that goes. Are the bugs with Mercs 3 fixed? I know we've addressed a lot of issues with it. And I believe one of them relating to getting stuck in a spinning state. We've resolved some stuff.
Yeah.
If there's stuff still happening, I would just need to go look into it and see. But I know that I've seen on the issues doc a lot of just general Mercury fixes. What about relics? Oh, sorry, I missed the rest of that. Relics, we've talked about adding more relics, but the types of effects that would be good for a relic slot are pretty narrow. And generally, when we
Nice,
find
Harmon.
an effect
Glad to
we
hear it.
like, it makes more sense as an active effect than not.
Mordred Earth reverted. We so happy.
Yeah, we could bring more relics in. I don't think there's any reason for us not to.
Something
Outside of
Smite
adding
continues,
to
yeah.
I don't think we want.
I mean, at least for this patch. This patch you'll have Wukong at least.
Here, if it makes sense. It's probably
And all the top
but
meta
we just
gods
need
are
to
getting
find
nerfed.
Yeah,
what
that's
So,
something I didn't
But,
think about is like those kind of relic.
but
type effects,
OB15 I think is gonna
do you reserve them for
shake up a
relic, or do
lot
you
of
workshop
stuff.
a new active item?
It's gonna change up a lot.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a
like,
lot to
teleport
test. So
to war, teleport to lane.
I think the
one,
map
come up
itself
with-
is what
especially
causes
if
Soul
you're
Lane to be such a
Yeah.
snooze fest. So I don't know if it'll
that
be
was one that we
fixed.
didn't
But
bring over because it was one of those things that like
Like I said
especially
earlier,
with one relic slot. If you felt like you had
me
to
and
buy
others are
relic,
in
like,
their
rotate
ear.
and get to your lane, that one didn't feel like a great one potentially because that was already.
I
one
think
that
I
even
think
with two
I
relics,
think it'll be solved
some,
soon.
Some especially solo laners felt like they were obligated to build this in certain metas, and that didn't feel great. Plus, we also have done things to the game that makes that less required. We have the lane teleporters, for example, right? So again, it's like we have some ideas that we could bring over, but do they make sense in the context of
We
and then Fat Loki?
Maybe.
Maybe.
we
I think Kabrakan just got a skin recently, right?
Yeah,
So,
well, he's getting Nerd Rage in the next update.
unfortunate. It means you probably have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
and we get the Vulcan skin. Shh. Yeah, or make it do something different, Gil.
If you could snap your fingers and bring over a god instantly, who would it be? Probably King Arthur. Probably.
That's a
King
good
Arthur.
choice, yeah.
I was debating between Atlas.
I don't
and
know
I
if
was
he's
also
saying that's the
debating
issue,
between,
Jiggy. He's just saying
if I
he
could get away
wanted
with
something
counting Horse and
different.
Set as one because they released
At the
both
same time, yeah.
You say
but
King
yeah,
Arthur?
Probably King Arthur. King Arthur is just
Sheesh.
really interesting. He was like he's the most interesting design problem I had to solve. Because like the pitch for him was very
Yeah,
much,
he'll
like,
still be fine,
try
probably
making
Robes.
more combo action game.
Unless he literally doesn't do damage.
Character in the context of a MOBA, and he has a lot of really unique things
Yeah.
about him that no other character does. And getting that to work right and finding the right rules for it was really interesting. And plus, he's just cool. Spamming abilities feels really fun. Mastering the combos is really
Yep.
fun, and the ultimate just feels very satisfying.
Happy 41 months, Papa.
What's up, Light Roast? Yo, Untrade, thanks for the
Another
41
update
months,
has hit
bro.
Smite 2 and the PTS just now. What are those updates?
Welcome back to the Fonzo family.
The update for Smite 2 Live is probably the hotfix that I mentioned earlier. I'll have to double check with Kabir and make sure that I've got all the info, but I think there were some crash fixes in there, as well as a couple other things. But we'll have patch notes live for that hotfix on social media. In terms of PTS, we're constantly updating PTS internally. I'm
Physical
not sure
might be
what's
the
meant
play,
to
yeah,
go
or
out to
strength.
players, but working in game dev, it's like we push a build out to the clients like at least once or twice a day, right?
Yeah,
Colin?
yeah, and I know that we even pushed like an update for PTS in the morning because we play tested on the PTS because we were testing stuff out in that environment. So yeah, PTS and dev get updated all the time for various random stuff. So hopefully there'll be notes for live, and then
I mean, without it's, I mean, at least you can kill each other with that Noin. I mean, honestly, if I'm playing a warrior and assassin solo full damage, I actually like that. That's a fun meta because you can actually kill each other.
What would porting?
I'd rather that than honestly like two tanks at this point,
not, just
or
because, again,
two
like,
mages.
The context of the games are very, very different. I'm not even sure what like. I guess we could take Grover back.
Yeah, that's true.
They did it with Grover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably a better question for Kilgoon. Save that question. And,
Yeah, Kilgoon would have a lot more feels about that than I would probably. What's a god not found in Smite that I would like to design? Interesting.
I mean, surely it would just
Before
be a
you
god.
answer, this is not confirming any future characters added to the game.
Let me think on
So
that in the
many
background.
choices,
Let
yeah.
me think of that on the background. Because the problem is, it's like, what, like, I know I have an answer to this, but now that I've been put on the spot, for some reason, my brain has just decided that I don't know a single other mythological character in all of existence. I'll give the meme answer, and then I'll give you a real answer later once I think of it. There's a god that's like a stove. He's like an oven.
Yeah, I think I know. We've joked around about that in the office before.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Segment at some point, true. I heard a lot about that one.
ETA and performance fixes, those are just things that as we find them and as we can validate.
Timothy
that they are,
Chalamet.
like,
Yeah.
performance fixes are always really tricky too, because like actually validating as a fix can sometimes be tricky. That's the nice thing about consoles, because you can A/B test a console a lot more easily because they're generally the same device configuration, so you at least have a known back-to-back. But like even on PC, right, like different driver versions, different hardware configurations.
Yeah, that's fun,
Are you
Rolls.
CPU bound, memory bound? Are you GPU bound? Like anything could be going on, even from same machine to same machine.
Right, yeah.
Something that actually destroys your performance could be a general improvement for 90% of other players, and finding out why can always be really tricky. So there's people a lot smarter than me working on that problem, and they're working on trying to get things.
We got Segment Scepter.
Priority for us.
Any jungler nerfs coming? They take over every game. Jaggly, you missed the beginning of the show. There are quite a few jungler nerfs in this upcoming update.
Yeah, so generally we've seen that junglers as a whole are doing kind of better with the strength changes, but that was from a place where most other assassins were not actually doing too well. There are characters who are overperforming in their role, so like Pele, it was Pele, Wheelix, Kali, Aladdin, Susano a little bit, but Susano fluctuates a little bit more than the rest of them, so he's kind of in his own side category. So they got generally addressed down rather than us doing like reverts to the strength changes we made recently.
Legend Kira, I am taking down your note about the Morrigan.
Surely
I
you
know
guys have
we
some
had
great
to
questions you
disable
can ask him right
Umoja
now.
Due to a couple issues yesterday. This is the first I'm hearing about that Morrigan issue, but I will pass it along to the crew.
There are two questions that I think I can answer. So one is the turning dashes that some other characters got, like so Jingwei or Horus, or like Jingwei got, but Horus, if he got brought over. Horus wouldn't work the same, I think, because Horus is like
I think they're mega buffing it next patch,
so
like
he
Rose.
doesn't really need the control of his dash. But those other, like, we've tried a few more times where, like, if a character feels like the ability would be more interesting or more fluid if they had more dynamic movement, we'd be willing to do that. And then the other one was, can you make Blink an item active? We've talked about that, especially in the context of combat Blink. That could be potentially an item active instead. We also had one other pitch that we were looking at trying to do that hasn't happened yet, that might be related to that. So again, just we have time.
Maybe it's my pitch.
On and what we can get into.
Maybe it's my
that general train of thought is something we thought of too.
My, what is it called? What is Tsukiyomi's one called? What is that?
Actually, I know this one.
Shuriken. Maybe it's my Shuriken pitch.
Clumsy actually found the problem with that.
Oh, nice, cool.
A fix for it.
My Shuriken pitch is you throw a Shuriken forward, it stops on the first enemy hit. So if it hits an enemy minion, you can, if you refire it, you TP to it.
Do you feel like the Reaper
It can be blocked by minions. It's blocked by walls, or maybe it can go over walls.
I do. That's why.
Up to you. Maybe like 100-second cooldown on that bad boy.
One thing that we saw with them, which is less related to the like, it was just a time to adjust them. Is they do have
kind of like the snowball from ARAM League of Legends.
Has pretty significant overlap with them as well. Just a lot of high strength, high lifesteal items that largely their effects are always on and do very similar things. You can maximize them certainly on different characters. And
it's not Bats 3 now.
Like,
Bats 3 bounces around.
Similar, so expect them to be kind of moved away from each other.
And this would be wider.
Pon, what is your favorite bread?
Favorite bread?
It's Friday. I got to take a couple fun questions.
It's probably
No,
sourdough.
Ooh, okay.
If it doesn't
I
hit
like
anything, then
that.
you can't TP.
Like
You send it
I don't
forward.
know why my YouTube feed does this.
Does a little bit of damage, and then you can
but
refire
every
and
so
TP.
often it goes, oh, you
As
like,
a way to engage as a
baked goods,
frontliner.
and it will like show me
Or
one
as a
baked good video.
engager,
If I ever click on
jungler.
that, I only get baked good stuff. But the thing that always gets me is the like artisanal sourdough
Yep.
loaves that like
Got to
have
make
really
the
dark
starter.
crust. Yeah, sourdough bread. Are there any gameplay elements that you just feel wouldn't work in Smite 2, like having a character fire a constant beam for an auto attack instead of a standard auto? We've tried. It's one of those things that, like, does it work in Smite 2, or does it just not necessarily work for, like, kind of like MOBA characters in general? Like, there's been a few times we've tried it, especially like we've tried a lot of variations on the basic attack formula. Like, how do you make basic attacks feel different, and like how can you cheat certain things? And what ends up happening is you if you try to make it too different, it breaks the kind of standard expectation of how the character works, and it also interacts with all the other systems in the game in a way that can be very difficult to resolve. And so you either have to accept letting it be really powerful, or you try and balance it, and that sometimes takes the edge off of it. So it's one of those things that we have to be very careful whenever we try them. So like a constantly channel beam, that's like Yorm basic attacks do of something kind of similar to that vein, right?
Aspect Susano mid lane somehow make the one range. A Storm clone that does the move ahead of you. I don't know. Here's an Aspect Susano mid lane idea for you. Robes. Make his 2 push away like you said. Make it so when you throw your 3 out, it stays on the ground, and if you 1, it 1's where the 3 is. So you could 3 like in the middle of the wave, and then 1, and it will use the 1 abilities on your 3. And then it also use it around you, but at like a reduced rate. Like the one around you will do like maybe like 20% damage, but the one ahead of you does like 120% or 100%. And then I guess the rest could be the same.
I think a lot of people will see like a gamer's like, man, that attack looked really cool. Why don't you guys do that? It's like, well, let me tell you, that's cool because you got a 10-second cutscene.
Yeah.
If you got hit by that 10-second cutscene and had to watch yourself get, like you knew,
especially in a PvP game,
like even like King Arthur ult, right? Like that's one of those things where it's like, that's
but you use the telly on the 3,
cool factor of that a little bit more, but you will very quickly get to a point where that becomes just a frustrating experience when you get hit by it, especially when it's like. It's also like if you're your 1000th hour into Smite,
they said they were considering
that's
keeping it or not keeping it. Smuggler, they haven't said.
You end up being in the game for a really long time. The novelty of like a lot of that cool factor wears off over time. So you want to make things cool because obviously making cool stuff is just it's dope.
It's fun.
Cool. I mean, this patch they're just doing balance stuff. They nerfed a bunch of the really high performing gods. I think next patch is what's gonna have a lot of cool stuff for Dong. All right, no.
Any gods you guys hate or don't like for any reason? Why? I mean, just play style things about characters, probably. Like Thoth as a character, I just don't like playing him as much. Just because.
Do you camera angle this patch? No,
setting
sadly.
Up the wall and then super long range poking, like. I like to play the characters that are like Kali and Thanatos and Nemesis.
You like to get in there and get active.
I get in there, get active. I try and make risky plays. I play with my health pool a lot, and he's just very safe. Even Giannis, where I get to like be aggressive and like portal in and have really low cooldowns too, and I'm basically like trying to stay in this mid range.
I mean, well, they already went over like the major thing next patch is Wukong. So,
Pon, I'm gonna throw this one to you just because this was a more recent
and it seems like there were a lot of the stuff they wanted, the big stuff they were saving for OB15.
You can't beads Aladdin's lamp like Naja ult in Smite 1. It feels bad that you're forced to beads even if he misses the lamp.
Yes, so this is one I actually and the Reddit
given top down cam, that'd be sick.
It's mostly in terms of just what is the anticipation and build up, and when should you be able to actually counter it, right? So, for example, Naja. It is entirely possible Naja blinks on you and then immediately melee hits you. So your reaction time to that event is 0.
Yeah.
So we have a small window where you can react to that, right? That's essentially the window. Now, if Naja max range ults you, you have a bit more time to react to that.
Disguise combat bleeds. Water sprites, fire sprites, stone sprites.
Things like a Wheelix. A Wheelix can pull you frame 1 of a knockup from someone else, right? Even if she's not visible to you. Yeah. So the beads window for that is also like, you're basically reacting from 0. Aladdin, you're not reacting from 0. Even in the melee range case, he has a build-up. It's an audio cue that you can hear. He has to anticipate it. He still has to throw a skill shot at you. So in melee range, you've already gotten the anticipation, right? Once you're hit, at that point, if we added more window time, which is the current window time we currently have is already really long, essentially I don't have to actually care about deciding if I'm going to get hit by this because I'll just wait till I actually get hit by this and then I'll react, right? Which that's not the kind of anticipation feel that we want for that ability. So that's why his is different.
Right.
Now there's the side reason of that ability is incredibly complicated. Yes. And there's a reason that we have that, like we could change it to that window reaction window is a lot lower, right? Like he could teleport you into the lamp way faster. And so therefore like you could have beads be kind of a skill check of reaction time. And that is a route to go, we found that we needed that time for both the like actual like feeling of you going into the lamp and coming out and being transported. If that's too fast, it's really, really jarring.
Yeah.
It even made a few people like kind of like sick or have to look away from the screen because it's very intense. That time is pretty critical there. And also interrupting that state is one of those things. It's like, it's a very complicated state machine that ult is.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like, especially like as a change, we probably couldn't test all the permutation of that internally properly. So if we made that change, it would go to live and we'd have to resolve it there. But that's side to the main point of the reaction window, right? Like if he just could throw it instantaneously and then it would hit you, we'd make you beads that window.
The thing is, everything you said is fine, but why does it still feel impossible to beat?
So
even
I
when
was the designer for
there's this wind up.
double release, and oh my
even when
gosh,
somebody's right on, if
that
the
was
landed's
a
right on
very
top of you and he
intense
ults, it's basically impossible to
doing
react.
two
to
gods
beads.
at once is tough.
Oh,
Unless you know that he's about to ult.
Especially because
like you have to know that he's ready, that he's about to use his ult, not
meant to be
that he is ulting and now you
each
can
other.
beat.
So they are more meant to be like the same kit, but parts of them like. Think of it more like our aspect system.
But the thing is, you have to beat before it even hits you, Maswell. If say he's right on top of you,
abilities for sets to where
it's pretty obvious he's gonna hit you.
Do things like charge forward.
But if you try and beads right when he starts his ult, like
and
you just basically never
that
can.
That wasn't cool. Much to our dismay.
Yep.
And so we had to go. Well, we're doing a double release anyway, so let's have
back
two
to the
kits.
drawing board a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were originally like actually scoped to be reasonable for two characters at once, and then we found out that wasn't cool, and so we did the cool thing instead. But man, was that intense!
We said it's easier. The build-up is easier. It's like almost harder to beads a Naja Blinkle or a Willix ult. I mean, you have such a long window to beads
How do
Willix
you
ult.
feel about the lack of melee characters in solo lane? I'm always leaning against Vulcan, Artemis, or some other ranged character.
Yeah. So some of that is
bad
meta level dictation. We see that generally the warriors do pretty well even still. Now
they mega nerfed him today, Mazel.
Can obviously change your gameplay experience, but we generally see that warriors do pretty okay. They're mixed with other roles. So that's one of our goals of Smite 2 was to make role diversity a bit more intense.
Yep.
That being said, we probably are a little bit further than we'd want to be there, right? So essentially the alarms aren't blaring like super crazy, but it is something we do want to address. And we think a lot of that is related to the objective play discussion that people have been having. Like, if you can safely farm, what's your incentive to be melee on top of someone? If I don't have to walk forward to an objective because I always have something to farm. Like, that type of discussion is probably more of a thing that when we address, will largely take the edge off that issue and bring it more into line.
Oh, W Twirl, congrats, bro.
Working on in the future. That's easy. That's the easiest question of my life. Persephone.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Persephone. I don't know how.
I was the OG designer, and I'm also the rework designer for her, so I get all the praise and dislike of the changes that we've made over the years.
That's funny.
She's gonna be really interesting because what version does she come over as is the biggest question. She also just has a lot of moving pieces that are gonna be generally like. We have all the pieces we need to like make her, but actually getting them all to work correctly in the way that we expect them to is definitely tricky. If I had to guess, the main thing that would change if Persephone got brought over is I just don't think we do the revive mechanic either as the original version or the new version where she gets.
Damn, Light Rose, good advice though.
I think this is a really good example. Remember I was talking about the things get balanced out of being
true.
Yes,
Pop.
yeah.
Coming back to life and being able to continue to fight, very, very cool. Very hard to balance.
Yes.
You make it balanced.
Oh my
by
God, am I
essentially making
sweating?
it a minor contribution to a thing. It's no longer cool.
Yep.
It feels more like annoying. It lost a lot of its luster. It might just be one of those things that it just doesn't make sense to really have because fundamentally, like, it is betraying a promise of I killed someone. I did the thing that is like the whole goal of this game, and I just die immediately anyway.
Yep.
There obviously people have like there's versions in the middle. Like people have suggested like she could just not ult or but you're balancing towards that thing that didn't feel as cool. And so we decided to go all the way to the other end. We'd probably look for something different for her if she came back in regards to passive. And then from there you probably can make more trade-offs.
True, DZ. Those are good changes.
The rework kit.
Dripping gamer water, yeah. I mean, to be fair, my room has been hot as balls lately, literally 85 degrees usually. It's only 74 apparently right now, but
Smite 2, especially with Int
it's going to probably heat up.
I've seen a couple YouTube videos on this.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Good advice, Phelps. Good advice.
As
Yeah, either
long
way,
as it's
congrats,
not the
Twirl.
dominant strategy, split pushing, punishing people for being out of position. Generally, like what you see is if a team is coordinated, they're able to counter split pushing because you see someone split pushing, you go, well, here's our chance to win this fight outright, take the objectives, push. If he wants to continue base racing us, we can. Like, there's ways to deal with it. There's also
Lava
ways,
balls,
like,
light
ward,
roast.
there's other tools that you have able. You can send someone to defend.
93 in my
It's a
room
bit more
yesterday at 8
complicated
p.m. I
defense,
hate
but
it.
you
My
can.
God,
As long as it doesn't
93.
become the dominant strategy where someone can go super negative the whole time.
Most I've gotten to,
and
I
then
think,
just
is
run
like
down the lane.
85,
We've actually
86.
seen metas of that in Smite 1.
Yeah.
And Smite 2 with things that we had before, where like literally being 0-20 didn't matter because you would just end the game anyway.
I remember like Smite 1, Bastet was a big offender of that for sure.
Yeah, so like as long as it's not the dominant strategy, we're generally okay with it. When it starts to become a thing that like people, it's an ease of actually executing on and being successful with. If it ends up being too successful, yeah, we'd nerf it because we do want to encourage you to fight. That's we don't want you to.
It's about team fighting, right?
Yeah, team fighting, objective control. Split pushing is like a critical tool to like if an enemy team just wants to stall out, you can like that's how you generally break a Phoenix Siege, for example, right? You need to be able to split push to the other lane and send someone over there and be reasonably successful in doing that because otherwise if it's just going to be 5-5 at Phoenix and they can just poke you out, you can't make progress. Like sending someone to go pressure someone away to like progress the game forward is an important part. So you need those types of tools at some level, but if they're too strong, yeah, then it's a problem. Is Frostbound coming back? I would like it to come back. It's one of those high frustration items that like it probably wouldn't come back in the same way. We'd probably bring it back in a different way of applying the effect that felt like it required a bit more effort, and then that way we can make it a bit more powerful.
Yep.
What am I holding? Oh, it's a shoestring with a knot. Anyone's actually like been around for a while. I always spin something, so I'm always walking around with something.
It's like your little fidget toy.
Yeah, it's like a fidget toy. Yeah, so I'm always spinning something.
Just because you're here, Pawn, with Arachne's design, whenever we get to it, would we consider using her original kit with the eggs? I know you loved this.
Yeah, so for context on this question, I think my first 100 games of Smite I ever played, like 80 of them were Arachne. And I had like an 82% win rate on Arachne. And I would do a lane with Vimana.
It was so hot. It was still in the
Caps
80s
would
with my
be
AC
playing
on in a
Vimana.
small room.
And I would definitely use the eggs to basically last all the camps on the map, walk into lane
Damn,
with every single
Cam.
buff on the map.
Yep.
And yeah, that was
Probably because of the
fantastic.
dumb, not good objective and
I
third Bolt
really
Fury.
liked the old
Yeah.
eggs. They do cause a problem, and I see why we've changed the character. I think there was a very niche playstyle that like I liked because I was really more abusing like the balance of the game in the early alphas. I think new Arachne has a lot going for her that's really good. There's some things I'd want to tweak, but I don't think it'd be bringing back the old kit. Yeah. I think the current problem that current Arachne has, like the webs design of the eggs, I think is just way better because you can use it like the old eggs, but you also now have this as a line skill shot that you can hit that lets you chase people. Like the webs is just the upgraded version of the egg. Yeah. And basically, like if we were to +1 Arachne kit and she still had the eggs, the webs would be that +1, right? I think her current existing problem is largely more around being double stem oriented.
Cool. All right. Well, we are almost.
Oh,
at
that's
2
sick that
p.m.
you're
It's
on the
1:59,
wheelchair,
so
bro.
it's time for one more question.
Yeah. Oh, I missed the time.
Nah, you're good. It's all good.
It's
Know,
Friday.
don't worry.
What
about
the
it. It's
hell?
Friday. We're gonna get to it. Start our weekend a little bit early. Get ready for OB14 next week. But we'll take just 2 more questions before we close out the show.
I thought it was
today.
one last question. He
I'll
said
kinda
2.
Let chat fill up a little bit and see if we can find a couple good ones.
One per person, I
just remembered
suppose.
that I need to come up with a god that I would like.
Oh,
to work
yep.
on. Actually, I don't know if this is actually the character, like the god's name, but like chaos.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just like the character that is the concept of chaos. That one has always been interesting to me because
Oh, that would be cool.
you could take that in so many different directions.
Unwatchable.
And that could be also just a very like. I also like characters that have very strong visual hooks, especially with like weaponry.
Yeah.
So like, if you can't tell, Excalibur, the Atlas using the Astrolabe is like
Yeah.
like
That's
Tsukiyomi
such a
having
cool
the twin
weapon,
tonfa.
yeah.
Like when I was working on this character, I really pushed for like those like weapons.
Yeah,
being,
it really
like,
pushes their silhouette in a really unique way.
and it also gives me tools to play with as a designer. Like, how would this weapon actually be used by the character? Like, I feel like you could do a lot of cool things with Chaos.
That'd be sick.
So
Do it
not the
then.
last question, but I
Hey,
did realize I
Chaos.
didn't answer that person's question earlier.
They should make that one guy where he's the god of having a big ass dick.
All right.
I like it. Suki
Me?
confirmed because I meant.
All the Smite one gods are going to make their way over eventually, right?
I would like to see Pawn with a temper fade and a full beard.
What are my thoughts on enchanter items?
I just got visions of a
this
TikTok
is a little bit
edit
related to
of
OB15,
him.
so I can kind of mention it. Is I think there's two general directions you can kind of go with different like enchanter supporty characters, and generally they have healing or they have a lot of team buff utility and stuff like
Priapus?
that.
Is that him?
I generally like the heal and utility provided by them being
Spoiler,
strong, but,
Danavet.
like,
Just
at
kidding.
a reasonable level that
I've heard
isn't
that.
just completely their only identity, and then creating a suite of items on top of that that then lets them do more things on top of that based off the fact that they have these types of abilities. So I like the idea of enchanter items. It's a little bit related to, but not quite related to, a lot of the OB15 stuff that we'll discuss later. But as a concept, I think it's the better balance point for like those types of characters, because
Forgot to tweet out my stream.
if you don't if you don't provide that utility,
That's fine. I'll tweet it out later when I get back
it's
on.
kind of the same thing as like, okay, I made a mage, but their base damages are just high enough that they don't need to buy int. Then what are they buying?
Yeah.
And also like they're just kind of nuts and they're really good, and when they're in that state, they become a very difficult balance problem. It's also hard to like push their identity in any different way other than just, well, I guess I also gave them int scaling and now they're just busted. Or I have to do something like make a 75% item that reduces the damage they specifically deal, because I can't deal like they now just kind of falling apart. But like, you kind of get what I'm saying is like, if they're too good without itemization needing to support them, that also creates a problem.
All right, and I think for my last question, I'm gonna kind of keep up with the item conversation. I've seen this sprinkled, over the past few months, but it's
They're talking about
definitely seen an uptick
enchanters.
with the release of Mercury. But just thoughts on
Enchanter type
movement speed
supports or
items in
something.
Smite 2.
Yeah, it was something that I wanted
That
to
was
get
in
to
the
for
last
Mercury's
top
release.
and shot. That was with
we
Wukong
just
and
didn't
stuff.
have the time to. There was one or two items that we had an idea for, but when I went to go work on them, they just didn't work out the box, and so essentially,
Hardly
like
know her.
it would be nice for him to have more support.
Yeah.
There is existing support in Tekokage. There is in Musashi's. That also works. We found an issue where Stampede is not working with it, which I thought it was working with it. So there's a few items that like it's the dynamic movement speed over time stuff isn't working with him. So there are things, and like there's other character abilities that can give you movement speed. So he still gets interactions from his teammates, and he still gets interactions from some items, but it would be nice to have some more for him.
Yeah.
Separately, movement speed is one of those things that like as a stat is one of the more dangerous ones we can play with, because if I give you a 5% movement speed buff, you probably don't notice it, but it'll drastically increase your chances of winning more than probably any other stat we can give you, because being slightly out of range of that AoE, or being able to slightly get in range to knock someone out, or like being slightly faster to the rotation so you got your ult off first, it's very invisible, but man, does it increase your win rate a ton. So it's one of those things that we have to be that's why we moved away from like boots. If we give movement speed on items very low, or it's conditional. So we wanted to have like,
Why,
it's
Tamir?
one of those things that we are very careful of, and that's why there's not.
Why is it Jover, bro?
Smite 2 in general. But there's one or two that I wanted to bring over for Mercury. We didn't get there. They're in the back burner. We'll probably bring them over, and that'll help Mercury out a lot, as well as finding any bugs with the existing movement speed items for him.
Awesome. Well, Pon, thanks so much for joining me on the show on this Friday. Really appreciate you hanging out with us and going over balance and answering some questions. Chat, thanks so much for tuning into the show. Lots
It's so
of cool
OP
stuff
that
in
nerf
Open Beta 14.
won't matter.
Lots of
It's
cool
okay.
stuff that we're working on for Open Beta 15 as well. We'll get to that when we get to it, though. Until then, hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday with the show going over anything that we didn't cover for Open Beta 14 yet. We'll have
keyword yet
posted on the website next Monday, and we'll go through those as well. But until then, hope everyone has a great rest of the day and a great weekend.
Trade nerf is the biggest nerf for the character? True. Dev gloves time.
Mungus Theta just subscribed for 2 months. It's already been a month, damn.
Damn. Daniel. Serrated Hurt Guan Odin tech. I was having fun with that as well. Well, not lately, but when I was playing solo, I was spamming serrated. Mr. Mongoose, thanks for the 2 months, dude. Welcome back to the Fonzo family. I appreciate that, bro. What were some of the big nerfs? Kali got hard nerfed. Aladdin got hard nerfed. Loki got a decent nerf. I'm trying to remember. Willix got a pretty hard nerf.
Select your god.
Who else? Fall Age is New Year's, actually? Oh, yeah, it is. 6 years, 7 months, 11 days ago. 11 hours ago. Type shit. Who should I play? We nerf Thor aspect and Mordred flying car is gonna happen. Oh yeah, and Ganesha got okay. That's the saddest part of the patch. Ganesha aspect kind of got like hard nerfed. I think it's still viable though, because this 2 still hits really hard. But man, I would love to I would love to still be able to build my full CDR on him and play match of the day.
Get ready for some hands-on adventure.
Kali, Willix, Aladdin, the most banned junglers? Yeah. They just nerfed like the top gods. What's up, Ches? Aladdin really was taken out back, true. Alright, we got to have a lot of fun with Ganesha, to be fair. His aspect was pretty broken for like 3 or 4 weeks, so it is what it is. We'll have to move on to the next dopamine source. Why doesn't it let me buy tier 1s? They just buffed base Thor. Cocaine? Maybe. I'm gonna invade these bots. Damn, they turned around and looked at me. Dude, these bots are programmed so well.
Minions have spawned.
They're juking me. They're afraid to pull the buff. Do you auto faster in this game mode? I'm dead to the bots. I'm pretty sure your auto's velocity is faster.
An enemy has been
No, they
slain.
definitely are.
An enemy has been slain.
How is Kukulkan level 6? These guys have XP hacks. Oh my god. Dude, the bots are so much better programmed in Smite 2 than they are in Smite 1. It's insane. They literally feel like real people. I need this kill. Oh, he shifted out of it.
Slain an enemy.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He shifted out of that one too. I'm lagging. AI taking over, yeah. What do I get? Oh, definitely Deso.
An ally has been slain.
That Anubis' bugs. Oh, and then he jumps out of it right when I use my ability on him. I'm too slow. And then he shifts out of it. I will get this kill. Relax, Cleo girl. I just realized that Scylla aspect's probably OP as hell in Arena. You just ult on cooldown. They're chasing me. Get the bots away from me. He ulted away. Did he actually ult away? How did they program these bots, bro? I am actually impressed. Get away from me, Ganesha. Damn. I just interrupted his 3 because I CC buffered my purple. Damn it. Can I pick this up on my ult? Get 22 gold a second, yeah. It's just really fast paced. I played this game before the Titan Talk, my first time ever, and honestly, I think this game was kind of cool. I think this would probably be a great intro learning experience. What? How did he just run out of my? How did he get out of my? Look at this guy. That's a bot. I was gonna say I think this would be a great way to like be introduced to Smite and like get a feel for the game. Just run around and play a bunch. Get a lot of team fights in. Freaking Scylla aspect, bro. I can't even get my second hit of my ult off. Really think that?
An enemy has been slain. Slain an enemy.
I gotta quick play with 5 stack. I'm confident we'd lose to these bots. I feel like, dude, there's no way new players would beat these guys.
Slain an enemy.
He just shifted me. Unless their version is like easier. Can I get a Rod Chuhidi, please? Dang it, bro. Game's trolling me.
An ally has been slain.
I'm getting no max mana, by the way, for my items. Oh no, he just ulted over my one.
Double kill. Triple kill. Rampage.
I don't like how the auto attack. That's one complaint I'll have, is that the auto attack should not be faster. That's silly. I do no damage to Scylla. Shoot! Oh my, I got Mulan ulted, Loki ulted. You guys think it's crazy that you couldn't beat during abilities like pretty recently? Yeah. Insane. I guess I'll go Reaver. Gives me some max mana. I get a polyproc after my shift? Dude. They don't miss autos. They just hit scan. And the velocity is so high.
Killing spree. Double hit.
This guy feels like a tank to me.
Slain an enemy.
Nice try, Artemis. You suck. Oh! I just sat still. He wasn't gonna miss anyway. Dude, I think this game mode's kind of cool. And also, my build's not great, sadly, because of the items it gave me, but you don't have to deal with toxicity as well. When you're starting out, you just get to play and kind of learn the game a little bit, play some different characters, fight a bunch. I'm just dying, bro. I'm out of there. I shifted away. I shifted away.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, my shift is the combat dodge. What the hell? That minion's on top of the pillar. Look at him! Look at him! What is little bro doing? He's standing on business. You actually get your back so fast. Your ult back so fast in arena. I'm doing a whopping 200 damage now for this guy. I should have shifted. This is quick play. It's like arena on crack, basically.
Ally has been slain.
This Kukulkan is insane. I wish you still got a movement speed in your ult, Azilla. No way he shifts away, man. I'm telling you, you could replace a lot of the players in like Obsidian and Masters and stuff in high-end ranked, and with these bots, and I think the games might be better. I'll say it. A gun game type mode? It would be really cool. It'd be really hard to code, but what if it was like every time you get a kill, it changes your god? We lost? We lost? How did we lose? I'm playing that again. Apparently Medusa AI is crazy in this game mode. Pro player loses to bots. These are not bots, bro. Just like how there's like squirrels hidden in every single cross, what is it? Intersection? Cross, what are those called? Stoplights? Red, green, yellow. How there's a squirrel in there that controls every single one.
Your god.
There's like, they're paying somebody. Hi-Rez is like paying somebody in a different country to play as these characters. They got an offshore sweatshop of people pretending to be AI playing as the enemy team. What do I play?
Merlin.
Maybe Merlin? Sure. Lost the bots too before, don't worry. They're OP, man. Oh my god, they have a Kukulkan. The Kukulkan bot seems like Prime Paul. Who do you think are the top 3 ADCs that don't usually get banned? No ADC gets banned right now. Top 3 ADCs that don't usually get banned? They have a Killjoy on their team. What is this, Valorant? Probably like... I don't know. I don't know about that role, bro. Sorry. No, I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ullr's the only one that ever gets banned, really. Whatever you're really comfortable with, to be honest. I'd say probably like Artemis, Cupido.
Minions have
Maybe Neat. Oh my god, I can't even steal a blue buff from a bot. They have a Medusa. What are they doing? Get away from me. Get away from me. Soul's okay, but I wouldn't say she's a top. Yeah, the enemies are all bots. Quick play. This guy's getting stuck. Oh, he's level 5. Oh! How is that guy level 7? I'm telling you, these guys got XP hacks. Do they get that much XP from doing the buffs? Oh, the Bracken just missed his ult. Trust me, brother. We've all been there. It's all good. What do we got? What are our options? Oh, let's get a Hydrus. What? Where'd he go? No way he's shifting my axe, bro. No way this guy's beadsing the Ganesha silence. How did they code these things? The Odin knows to use his 2 before his jump. I missed. He's shifting away from me. God damn it, this Medusa doesn't miss.
My adversaries are worthy.
Who in the world? What sort of fucking programming technical rocket surgeon created these bots? He almost shifted my axe, bro.
Double kill. Double kill.
You don't even have this good of AI in like big ass games.
Triple kill. Double kill.
Like my first game, I thought I was playing against real people. It felt like. Shift away from him. Magic to learn anything or two. I have to talk to somebody. Now I'm interested. Also, based on everything I've read from people in like Twitch chat and Reddit and stuff, I would have expected this game mode to just be like some sort of like gotcha fucking Raid Shadow Legends, like turn the game into literally Fortnite somehow. Battle Pass in the middle of the game. Based on how people were talking, they were like, this is a horrible introduction for people to Smite. Bro, this is actually a sick introduction to Smite for people. It's just like a fast-paced mode where you get to use your character a bunch. Don't have to worry about toxicity. Play against a bunch of bots who might be a little bit too strong, but I actually don't know how they work. Maybe it scales. Maybe they're worse against new players. Maybe it scales with your like account level or something. The only bad part is the auto attacks, the velocity being faster. Like I have no idea why people would think this is such a bad thing to have, especially if it's retaining new players better. But I don't know, people just don't see the bigger picture, especially right now. Like all they just want Pirates to only cater to them right now, and like they got to do something to get new players. And God forbid they try something they never tried before, considering like almost every MOBA has a bad new player experience and player retention. God forbid they do something a little bit different. Which if it was really bad, it'd be right to criticize. But I don't know, this seems fine. I can't level my book. Been using combat leap? Yeah, I've been trying to use it a bit. I've done it a little bit. The game should, I should have shifted there. The game should tell you though that you're playing against bots. I always hate when I play games and then you don't know. I know, battery, it's crazy. Thankfully my room isn't too bad today, but I didn't miss, he juked with his AI powers. I didn't see people criticizing the builder. What? No way. No shot. This little build thing? Bro, when somebody's new to a game, like a MOBA, they don't do, it's not like they're gonna look at every item and try, it's just so overwhelming. To have a little thing that pops up that just gives you an option. I think that's great. Oh my god, I missed everything. Get away from me! Enemy has 50 tickets remaining.
Double kills. Triple kill. Rampage.
Oh!
Shut down.
Never offers rated, sadly. Oh, it gets rated now. And the Crusher. Okay, the Uller build isn't too bad. The Uller build ain't that bad. Oh my god, Medusa. Do I lose the one we won to Medusa? Why did he blink away? Loki blinked away? W, we got the win. What's your Guan build, Diz?
Victory.
If they ever were to try it in another game mode, though, the dodge, the combat dodge, it should be on longer cooldown for sure. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, maybe I would mind it a little bit, but maybe if it was like 60 seconds. Yeah, I love fast matches, so I'm gonna play another one more.
Select your god.
Sans Chronos, Breastplate, Sphere of Negation, Rod of Asclepius. Last item is Flexuity. Gonna go health item though. That's pretty good. That's pretty similar to the other build I usually go, which is just Helm of Radiance, Chronos Pendant, Rod of Asclepius. Try to win on support. Oh shit. I'd have to go like an actual you mean like keep my carries alive and stuff? I'll just go Kepri. I'm gonna go Kepri and just pocket my ADC player. Whoever it is. I'm gonna pocket Alavinstis. Alavinstis. With this horrible skin. What is this skin, bro? We'll go frontline. Wait, this is support though. The war flag should be the frontline one. Was it a laser CDR? Yeah, but I mean, Chronos Pen is Sands of Time. Chronos Pen is plenty. Like it's fine. I guess I'll do the boss with them. It's a kinky area. Yeah, I Ganesh is OP. It actually is. He's the dodge for me, sure, Sam. Whee! Give me that. Thank you. Oh, okay, you do get so much XP from these camps. What do you have? Look at it. It's insane. How are they level 5? Get in there, team. I'll show us. What is happening? Oh, oh. Okay, clean up. Team cleans up here, no worries. Mere stock step, bro.
Double kill. An enemy has
The
been
combat
slain.
dodge in Kepri is funny. I need to stick with my teammates. Oh, nice shell, Ymir.
An ally has been slain.
I'm gonna stick with Alavinstis. Come on, Alavinstis. Dying with ult. What do you Get him, Cern. Get the Ganesha now. Ganesha, switch target. Kill Bacchus. Oh, Ymir's won! He's alive, he's alive! Yeah, look at Pos, look at Pos! Nice, team. Let's fucking go. This is a little aggressive, guys. This is a little aggressive. I got you, though. I got you. Get him. Don't worry, I got him. No way he doesn't die to that. Oh!
An ally has been slain.
I don't have mana. I'm Oom. Oh, this Cern didn't miss. Get him, Cern. I'm just Oom. Let me get my item. Oh, don't mind if I do.
Double kill.
I like spots more than people confirmed. They're gonna be our overlords one day, so might as well get buddy with them now. Yo, just hiding. Can you fuck off? I'm trying to save my Tana. I shelled you. Go, run! Run, my friend! Get out of here! Help me, team! Obviously, the AI made a calculation in the moment. They thought it was worthy of sacrificing me. Obviously, they decided, and correctly so, because they have superhuman brains, that I was worth the sacrifice. I saved my Thana, by the way. Pos is the target. Pos is the target. Nice, Anubis. Watch out, Thana. Thana, you're in a bad spot. I got you. Oh, he didn't hit you. Let's kill Bacchus. Where's my follow-up? W. Look at that mystical stacking on him. So satisfying, bro. Hopefully they fix soul lane soon so I can play soul lane and build mystical and just see that blue stone plus mystical stacking. I'll literally climax on the spot. The amount of dope I'll get. Somebody help us in the back line. Kill me, Ymir. Don't leave me.
Double kill.
Okay, you can't U-Rock cancel that, the bots. They'll get revenge.
Has been slain.
They communicate with each other. Bacchus is the target. He's literally 3ing and running away, by the way. Like, the Bacchus is actually 3ing for displace beaming as he runs away. Oh, he stunned me out of my combat dodge. I don't want to volt you, Ymir. You gotta play safe. Oh, damn it. Shelled him. Damn it. Huge Cernal. Nice job, Anubis. Uh-oh. No, I could have saved Anubis. They're chasing me, guys. They're chasing me. I'm baiting. Can I get my starter upgrade? Oh, did I get it? Why isn't it upgrading? Where's my item? Surely I can buy an item.
An ally has been slain.
Go back in, Thana? Oh my god, he went back in. Bold strategy.
Double kill.
I got you, bitch. Got my grimy little claws on Poseidon now. Uh-oh. Fade away. Get him, Cern. Commit. I don't think I'm gonna kill this guy. Oh yeah, I am. It's not very tanky. What the hell is that Ganesha build?
An enemy has been slain.
Guys, help! They should be able to listen to your VGS commands. I don't really want either of those items, but... I don't care about no minions. He dashed Anubis. Oh my god, the Anubis is shredding. I'm getting all in. Discern bot is insane. got you, bro. Get back in there. Don't be afraid. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Be afraid, sir. You're out of there. This poor Thana. What's up, Garu? Let's get a Glad Shield. Alright, I have heroes in now. Nice. Oh my god, Stern's dashing in. Nothing can stop him. Okay, Ganesha can stop him. Somebody help me on pause. That's a bot, bro. There's no way. He literally chased me around the corner and 3-1'd me. Good, Garu. It's good. This mode a few days ago, my friend went 2-11 as Susano bots would dodge out of his 2 perfectly. Yeah, dude, they're pretty strong. They're probably too strong. If they don't scale at all based on your level, they're a little too strong. Because even me, like obviously I'll still fucking destroy these bots. Like they literally feel like real players. I've seen worse players in deity level ranked. I think part of the issue is they instantly react. They perfectly react. So like if I Uller axe this Bacchus, he'll perfectly shift over it. Or out of it. I don't know if he can shift over or something. He silences me out of my one, man. I got a shell for us. Commit. Last kill. GG. We kept the bots alive and we won. I'm confident these bots would destroy most rank conquest players. Yeah, the only issue is they wouldn't know how to farm well. They'd have to code them to like actually go to camps and stuff and know when to do stuff. But if they were able to do that, I'm not even kidding. Like you could replace like a lot of obsidian level players. Bots can jungle now? Really? They're good at it? Do they like know to go from jungle to lane to jungle? And they do objectives and shit? What? Are they like, maybe they're like training like on AI or something. But do you get LeBron bot in your game? Sheesh. Okay, well, I talked about it before, but some of you guys probably weren't here. I have to be back in probably like 30 to 45 minutes because I have an appointment at 3 that I forgot about today. But we're going to run Smite 1 viewer games when I'm back because we hit our sub goal. Train them with AI using high-level gameplay. Did they actually? They're using the AI from your videos? The coach? Imagine they did use that and they use the AI voice and you could talk to your AI teammates. Imagine, bro. So you get to talk to Miles. Miles is your Cernos in your quick play arena game. And you're like, Miles, come on. Follow up off me. And he's like, my bad, bro. Here I come. I would not recommend using new Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap. All my holes are burning. Only a little bit slayed with Bria. I played a little bit on alt with Bria because she wanted to play. That's actually cool though if they trained them using high level gameplay. They gather for Golden Fire, but they aren't that good. Still, like the base, as far as arena and stuff, like they can actually make them pretty good. Did she play Omen? No, she didn't have them unlocked. Dude, I didn't know Val did this. You actually have to buy all the characters now, and each character is like $10. You can't rent them anymore, or you can't like unlock them via like the previous thing you could do. That's really lame. Because I only have like 9 characters on my alt, and I wanted to try some new characters. But I'm not spending $10 per new character. Miles would forget what god he's playing? True. Can't wait for a bot to flame me. That'd actually be so funny if you could talk to him as well, and they talk back. Yeah, that you can use the free currency, but it does take forever. We played like 8 games of quick play, and I barely had like 1/8 or 1/9 of the way there. Who's the girl AI asked you out for coffee? It was Maya. Miles and Maya are the 2 voice AIs we used for that video. Probably gonna do it again as well. Yeah, Brie was cooking. Anyway, like I said, guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna have to turn my stream off. But I'll be back in at least by 3:30, at the very latest, hopefully. I just have an appointment I forgot about, so I'll be back. And when I come back, we're gonna be playing Smite 1 viewer games. So I will see you guys then, okay? Don't miss me too much. We'll be playing Smite 1 viewer games for the rest of the stream, rest of the day. Okay? Sorry, I debated you. We got a nice 2-hour session though, and we got to watch the Titan talk. But yeah, I'll be back in like 30-45 minutes, okay? Thanks, lead bots. I'll see you guys then. Be prepared to have your Smite 1 downloaded and ready to go. We're gonna be playing